There are so many misconceptions about women with alopecia and just bald women in general. And I just want to clear a few of them up because it's like, you don't know me. You can get to know me, like, comment, subscribe. But for the most part, you don't know people's situations and their circumstances can be unique to them. So I think that when we assume we know what someone's going through or how they got to a certain point, it can be really dangerous. So let's just jump right into some of the common misconceptions about alopecia and being bald. Okay, so the first misconception that I want to touch on is the "it's your fault" misconception. And I think culturally, women of color get the side eye a little more when it comes to this. I think that when people see other races, it's more like like, huh. I think that when people see bald women in other races, it's more like, oh my God, cancer or chemo or like something traumatic happened to you. And then when they see like a person that looks like me, it's like, oh, side eye, you wore too many wigs and weaves and it's your fault. You know what I mean? So I think that the "it's your fault" misconception is so real. And I actually have a personal experience with this. So this was back in, I think it was like 2017, if I'm not mistaken. And this was before I was officially diagnosed with alopecia. But I sought out a dermatologist at the time. I just kind of went with whatever my insurance would cover. And I sought out a dermatologist. And I remember going to the appointment. I had my hair like in its natural state. Like I was wearing my hair natural when I got diagnosed with alopecia. But anyway, I had my hair in its natural state. And I remember the dermatologist came in and I just explained to her what was going on, like some of my symptoms of just like scalp inflammation, super tender scalp. And my hair was just falling out in clumps. Like, I know this is not normal. And the first thing after hearing like I was giving her like a very detailed breakthrough of like when I first noticed it, all these things. And the first thing she said out of her mouth was, "Oh, how long have you been wearing wigs and braids for?" I was so taken back by that. Like, this was it doesn't even matter what the race of the dermatologist was, but this was a medical professional. And that was the first thing she said to me. And it just took me back. And I was like, I wonder if I didn't look like this, would that be the first thing you jump to? Like, I know that those things are historically associated with our cultures. And so I do get that, but why would that be like the first assumption? There was just no, I don't want to say like there was just no sympathy, no softness into her approach. Like I wasn't looking for anyone to like feel sorry for me, but I just wanted, I don't know, like I just did not expect that. So that was my experience. So after she said that, I really did not want to continue the appointment with her. I just already had a bad taste in my mouth, just based off of the assumptions that she already had about people that look like me. I didn't think that it would be best to continue any type of treatment plan with her. So I eventually ended up finding some better help with my situation. But yeah, that was like my first experience. So that's why I say I think that when people see people that look like me that are bald, it's just, oh my gosh, like side eye, it's your fault that you're in this situation. Rather than thinking like, okay, it can be stress induced, which it can be. Like it can be like a post-traumatic stress, after effect. It can be, God forbid, genetic. There's so many other things that can be attributed to it. So for her to just kind of jump right to that, and for many people, I think they jump to that. It's like, do your research first before you make assumptions, because that is not always the case for everyone. Like our situations are unique. So that's the first misconception that I wanted to speak on. Hopefully you're enjoying the video. Real quick, I am so excited to announce that my new book, 7 Weeks to Conquer, is now available. You can head over to my channel's homepage and grab yourself a copy, or you can gift it to someone who you know that may be struggling with the many challenges associated with hair loss, whether it's due to alopecia or any other life circumstance. I really, really, really appreciate the support. All right, now back to the video. The second misconception is, oh my God, it's just hair, it'll grow back. Like, yes, that may be the case for some people. Treatment can help. I know they have like steroid shots and all types of creams and things like that. But depending on the type of alopecia that you have, newsflash, there are many types. There are many types of alopecia out there. I personally only knew of like traction alopecia and alopecia areata until I was diagnosed with CCCA. shortly known as like scarring alopecia. I only knew of those two, and then I started doing my research once I was diagnosed, and I found out that there are so many different types. But yeah, depending on the type that you have, it can be irreversible. So many treatments, and there's medications and things like that, especially as more is being known. And as we're educating ourselves on alopecia, there are ways to prevent the spread of, for example, in my case, scarring. I have scarring alopecia, so there are things that I can do to prevent the spread of it. But honestly, I'm like, at this point, take it all because I hate shaving. Just take it all. Everyone's situation is unique, and we don't all have the same type of alopecia. So that is another misconception, is that the hair will grow back. In my case, it will not grow back. It has caused, the scarring alopecia has caused permanent, irreversible damage. The next misconception that I want to speak on is that bald women are insecure. Because who? Where? No, not the case over here. Over here. I'm not gonna lie, when I was first diagnosed with alopecia, it was definitely a rough journey, like back in, I think it was like 2017, 18, whatever that was. It was definitely a rough journey in the beginning for me. Like I struggled with all kind of things just because, you know, losing your hair in your 20s is unexpected. Like nobody plans for that. So it's just kind of, it was very traumatic. So definitely struggled there, but now it's a whole different ball game. Like that is not the case anymore. So I don't know. I think that if anything, my confidence has skyrocketed since losing my hair, because I think that, you know, when I was still hiding behind wigs and stuff, not saying that everyone hides behind wigs, but that's what I was doing. Like when I was hiding behind wigs, it was easy for me to feel just confident because I had hair and stuff like that in the beginning of my alopecia journey. But now I'm just like, I'm able to leave the house without a wig, without anything, any additions, like in my raw, natural, vulnerable state, and still feel beautiful. There's something so powerful in that. So yeah, like my confidence has really, really improved since losing my hair. So all bald women are not insecure. It's quite the opposite for most of us. So just know that, okay? The next misconception that I want to talk about is that as a bald woman, you cannot find love, or like your love life and dating life is over. That is not true. I met my husband at the peak of my alopecia journey, and he actually motivated me and inspired me to go bald. Like I already had it in the back of my head that I was just going to do it, but like he really helped me get the courage and really get over that final hurdle that was just holding me back. So I think that you'll be surprised how many people actually respect that you can embrace yourself again, like in your natural and vulnerable state and not need anything. So I think that, and also just like the confidence and the love that I found for myself, I was able to really pour into others, because like when you don't feel good about yourself, you can't be a good friend, a good sister, a good partner. But when you truly fall in love with yourself, like I had to learn to fall in love with myself, but when you truly get to that point, you're able to just be a better person. And I think you kind of attract good energy. So no, definitely not the end of your love life. There is someone out there for everyone, and some people appreciate individuality. And just to keep things short, I'll touch on one more misconception. But this misconception that as a bald woman or having alopecia, your life is over in general. And I really felt like that in the beginning. I think I talked about it in my last video, but I really felt like my life was over after getting my alopecia diagnosis. I was like, no one's gonna wanna like date me. I can't go outside because I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb. And the things that I was afraid of now empower me. I want to step outside because, not for nothing, it's like a cheat code to individuality and being unique. Honestly, like most of the time, when I walk into the room, I'm the only one that looks like this. So it's kind of like a cheat code. I automatically just like turn heads, but then people genuinely are so, because also I dress like, you know, I put it on, I put it together. Okay, I dress it up and I make it look good. I'm not like just looking crazy out here, but like, yeah, I get like so many compliments all the time. And then people that just genuinely come up to me like, wow, like, it's amazing that you have such confidence. I can just see it in you, or like, I like your outfit, and or I love your hair, or lack thereof. Like I get so many compliments and things like that. So again, I used to be afraid to go outside, but now I'm just like, no, I want to go out and I want to represent us baldies, and I want to show people that being bald is not the end of your life. It's just the start of like a new journey. So, helping other people embrace that. And yeah, I think that it's a really unique experience. And while I wouldn't have chosen this journey for myself, I'm definitely happy that I was able to turn it into something positive, whereas though I feel good about myself and I can help other people feel good about themselves. So yeah, those are several misconceptions about bald women and women that have alopecia. So hopefully that clears things up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. Never thought that would be possible. Never thought I would be saying that, but it's all thanks to you and your support and you continuously coming back to watch my videos. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Other than that, I will see you at the next video. Bye, beauts.